Deuteronomy 25. This is a relatively short chapter that manages to cover more legal disputes, what to do with your dead brother's wife, when to chop off a woman's hand with no remorse, why you should be an honest business owner, and why you should kill another group of people. And all within 19 verses. When people have a dispute, they are to take it to court, and the judges will decide the case, acquitting the innocent and condemning the guilty. If the guilty person deserves to be beaten, the judge shall make them lie down and have them flogged in his presence, with the number of lashes the crime deserves. But the judge must not impose more than 40 lashes. If the guilty party is flogged more than that, your fellow Israelite will be degraded in your eyes. Wow, they work fast. You're guilty. Now lie down. Someone hand me my cane. They really are the judge, jury, and executioner. And how many lashes does each crime deserve? This makes it sound like there's a list somewhere. Theft is 20 lashes. Adultery is 38 lashes. Owning slaves is 0 lashes, because this is the Bible. Do not muzzle an ox while it is treading out the grain. I wasn't going to. Why were people doing this? Let the ox eat the grain if they are working in the field. It's the least you can do for them. If brothers are living together and one of them dies without a son, his widow must not marry outside the family. Her husband's brother shall take her and marry her and fulfill the duty of a brother-in-law to her. The first son she bears shall carry on the name of the dead brother, so that his name will not be blotted out from Israel. Keeping it all in the family, I see. If someone's brother marries a total hottie, what's stopping him from murdering his brother? You would think God would punish that. But here is God saying you need to get it on with the widow and force her to have your baby and then give it your brother's name. Because this is a family that we all need to remember and honor. If this sounds familiar, either you've been watching some very naughty videos in your other tabs, or you recall that Onan back in Genesis was in the same position. His brother died, and it was his responsibility to impregnate his brother's wife, and he decided to finish on the ground, and then God murdered him. But wait, there's a way out now. However, if a man does not want to marry his brother's wife, she shall go to the elders at the town gate and say, "My husband's brother refuses to carry on his brother's name in Israel. He will not fulfill the duty of a brother-in-law to me." Then the elders of his town shall summon him and talk to him. If he persists in saying, "I do not want to marry her," his brother's widow shall go up to him in the presence of the elders, take off one of his sandals, spit in his face, and say, "This is what is done to the man who will not build up his brother's family line." That man's line shall be known in Israel as the family of the unsandaled. The penalty for not wanting to participate in the God-sanctioned sexual assault of your dead brother's wife so that you can force her to have the baby that should have been your brother's and then name it after him is that she will take off your shoe, spit in your face, and give you and all your descendants a very lazy nickname. Someone please put that on the TikTok. If two men are fighting, and the wife of one of them comes to rescue her husband from his assailant, and she reaches out and seizes him by his private parts, you shall cut off her hand. Show her no pity. What? Why? She's the hero! She grabbed the assailant's balls, and we're treating her like a thief in Saudi Arabia? She deserves a medal. I guess the thinking here is that if a woman grabs a guy by the balls, he can't have kids anymore, and that's a tragedy, so something of real consequence must happen to her. By the way, some translations don't say private parts, they say secrets. She grabbed the guy by the secrets. I'm not sure that's better. Do not have two differing weights in your bag, one heavy, one light. Do not have two differing measures in your house, one large, one small. You must have accurate and honest weights and measures, so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. For the Lord your God detests anyone who does these things, anyone who deals dishonestly. Oh, we're just gonna sidestep how we just chopped off the body part of a woman who broke up a fight in order to save her husband? Tell me more about her, not weights and measures. Remember what the Amalekites did to you along the way when you came out of Egypt. When you were weary and worn out, they met you on your journey and attacked all who were lagging behind. They had no fear of God. When the Lord your God gives you rest from all the enemies around you in the land he is giving you to possess as an inheritance, you shall blot out the name of Amalek from under heaven. Do not forget. Right. Carry out a genocide because of revenge. Because God is all about forgiveness. In case you do not remember what the Amalekites did, back in Exodus 17, Amalek fought this war against the Israelites, and that was interesting because when Moses held his arm up, the Israelites would start winning, but when he got tired and the arm came down, they started losing. So eventually, two guys held up Moses' arm for him until the Israelites won. And now God's gonna finish off the job. I'm sure there's a storyline somewhere in here, but good luck remembering what it is. Right now, we're just sifting through biblical leftovers.